r/askreddit by Dr. Reddit Redditors with interesting hobbies. What do you do and why? I like magnet fishing. It's taking a strong magnet and putting it in canals/lakes or any water bodies and pulling metallic objects out. People find all kinds of cool stuff like guns, old coins, metal safes, swords, and it helps clean the water bodies as well. I've never done this but have done something similar. I once tied a hook to hundreds of yards of fishing line and flushed it down the toilet. And flushed and flushed and flushed. Hoped I would catch something cool like a ring when I pulled the line back in. It was poop. I caught poop. I grow carnivorous plants. They are super interesting, and they get rid of flies. Has one ever bit you? No, and you shouldn't play with a flytrap's bite. It requires a lot of energy to close and can harm the plant. I've never encountered a flytrap, but now I know I shouldn't play with it when I see one. You've potentially saved some flytraps' lives. High school teacher and musician. I built a little project studio a few years ago in my basement. I've now helped a few young rock and roll bands get demos recorded to get them gigs. Some of the players have been astounding, all have been appreciative, and it is a great way to see what kids are up to outside of school. Turns out I really like producing music that isn't mine, real-life school of rock. Love it. I build stone walls on my property here in Vermont. Weekends are spent walking deep into the forest which surrounds me and search for rocks to pry out of the earth. I try to find the largest which I can safely carry and give them a bear hug and carry them back to the wall in process. There's something incredibly satisfying building with stone, no mortar, and finding that perfect fit as though that rock has been waiting for thousands of years for this purpose. Sometimes the fit is so good that I start back in amazement and look around as though to ask, did you see that? Apnea training and freediving. Just learning about the body's cardiopulmonary system and how you can make it adapt to surviving 5 to 7 minutes underwater has been amazing. And there's nothing quite as peaceful as being underwater and feeling no urgency to move quickly or return to the surface. The ocean animals are also a lot more relaxed when you have that calmness and aren't exhaling bubbles like a scuba diver. I restore and operate vintage railroad equipment including steam locomotives. Shoveling 5 tons of coal a day is a real kick in the ass, but I've been crazy about steam since I was a little boy, and it's neat to get to keep these skills alive 60+ years after the technology died out. Beekeeping. It's fascinating to learn more and more about the complex life the bees have. Also, it is incredibly rewarding to eat honey that was made by your bees with the flowers and trees in your own garden. Edit, typo, that's amazing. Keen to get into that actually. Please do. It's awesome. And r/beekeeping is a wonderful community, too. I'm a fire juggler and I'm learning to throw knives. At my college, we have to take what is known as wellness classes. Basically you can do anything from talking about your feelings to learning underwater basket weaving and parkour. My roommates asked me if I wanted to take the juggling course, and now after a few years of practice all 3 of us can juggle fire. Are these for credit? No, but 2 are required to graduate and you can take them at any point. They usually meet about once a week, so it's not too bad. One of my favorite hobbies is writing letters. I have pen pals all over the world, and I love reading their stories and learning about their cultures while also sharing my own. It's a great way to get to know about places you may either not have known about before, or had some misconceptions about thanks to the media. I love slowing down to concentrate on a person and respond to their letter, making my own envelopes and decorating them, choosing pieces to go into them with the stationery, and hopefully giving them something to smile about when the letter arrives in their mailbox. It's a lot of fun, and it can be very rewarding too. Reddit is kinda like a whole website full of pen pals, that's why I like it. Although handwritten letters, dope. I'm a male knitter. I took it up in honor of a very good friend who died suddenly on the eve of her 31st birthday because of an aortic aneurysm. She would spend all year knitting scarves and hats for the homeless and needy to give out at Christmas. I inherited all her knitting stuff and kept up the tradition in her honor. I've been having my own existential crisis lately, and let me just say hearing this brought me so much peace. Your friend was doing something to change the world, and with her passing she continued to do it, posthumously. Beautiful. I build electric skateboards. Want something that goes 40 miles per hour around town and can do it for 20 to 30 miles? I'm your guy. It takes a lot of research, time, and money, but it's worth it when you ride on your death machine that you made yourself. My teacher built one and broke his arm in a door while testing it out in our school. It do be like that.